Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. My name's Marina. I like making lash extension videos, and today I'm going to be sharing with you a new curl that I am trying out today, which is M curl. Also, before I get into all my videos, I always like to just preface that all the tips and tricks that I'm sharing with you guys is completely subjective to what I like to do. If you guys want to experiment with different methods, this is why I make these videos. If you find that these don't work out for you, then they don't work out for you, and that's totally okay. But I make these videos so that you guys have different avenues of learning, something that I wish that I had when I started my lashing journey. So please take everything that I say with kind of a grain of salt. Alright, so getting into the set today, we have the M curl, which is the first time that I'm actually using it. It is just a classic set. In the future, I will be transitioning into maybe like a hybrid or volume set using M curl, just because it was like the first time that I was kind of experimenting with this curl. I just wanted to make sure that I knew what I was doing in terms of application and kind of getting the hang of applying this curl, because it is very different. Going into this curl, I was a little nervous because I know that directional placement is really important, and I'll get into that a little bit later in the video. But yeah, it was something that I needed to take into consideration. Also, application wise, like my hand placement was also really important, and I'll get into that as well. But continuing on to the set, the mapping is 9mm, 10mm, 11, 12, 13, so it's a cat eye, and then I taper it out on the very outer corner with 11 to give that nice lift. This client usually likes doll eye, but she did communicate to me that she does like the idea of a cat eye. However, she finds that it is very droopy looking when she gets it, and that's just because that's her eye shape. She has a very round eye shape, so naturally when someone has a very round eye shape, they do usually go towards doll eye. But because she really liked it, the idea of the cat eye, I was like, well, why not try it with me? She's a new client, and I told her, I'm like, if you don't like it, you know, we could always change it for the next appointment. However, I feel like the only reason that it was drooping is because your lash techs weren't mapping it out properly to fit your face. I've said this in many of my other videos. When you are going to be doing anything new on a client, you have to remember that everyone's eye shape is different, and you kind of have to like cater to their eye shape. And so what I did was I moved the highest point a little bit forward to where her eyebrow arcs up. I've mentioned this in my previous videos that when you do that, it actually gives a nice lifted look rather than dragging the eyes down. I know that some people like that kind of like puppy dog eye where it's going downwards like this. However, a lot of my clients are trying to achieve more of like a fox eye lifted look, because it does make you look more lifted and also younger. So getting to directional placement, as you can see from this photo that I posted up here, it is how you place the lash on the natural lashes to kind of create a shape for the eye. So you could place them directly like this, very singular and very straightforward and up. However, when you're working with M curl especially, and this can go with any other curl, but M curl especially, you want to very focus and hone in on how you place it, because it's like an L shape. It's like a 90-degree angle. So I believe that if you place it straight, it's fine. You can do that if that's what the client wants. But a lot of the time you want to place it in a way that is kind of leaning towards the outer parts of your eye. And this is so that it gives that nice lifted look that I was talking about. But also a lot of the times M curl is used for the eyeliner effect. Kind of like a winged liner, very dark base and very short. And so with directional placement, it allows you to give that nice like flick at the end, if that makes sense to you guys. So that was something that I had to really focus on when I was using M curl. And you know what, surprisingly enough, it was a lot easier than I thought it was, but it also was easier because of my client's natural lashes. So when you're using M curl, I actually really recommend using this curl for maybe people who have flat lashes or lashes that kind of go downwards. I've said this before, but a lot of Asian eyes like myself, we have eyelashes that are kind of going downwards like this or out like this, whereas a lot of other people or ethnicities have a very curly eyelash, where C and D curl are pretty good at attaching to those because of that natural curl. With M curl, I mean, anybody can get M curl. It's not just for people with flat lashes. However, the application process will be a little bit more difficult when it comes to very curly lashes because the base of this lash is so flat. But I think because my new client, she told me she's been trying different artists and she's just trying to find one that fits and that can kind of adhere to what she wants her look to be. She's pretty specific because she knows what she likes and what she wants. So I tried to give her the best that I could, and we're going to actually transition to a hybrid M curl later for her next appointment. So stay tuned for that. I'll probably do another video like this. But because her lashes were so flat, she says that when she does other curls, like sometimes they fall out easy, maybe like the retention isn't as great. But because with M curl, it's like this, and then the base goes like that, and it flicks upwards like this. So then the base attaches to the natural lash exactly like that, and has a very nice hold actually. I also used M curl on my mom just to practice before I had this client to make sure that I, knew what I was doing. And my mom has lashes that are like mine, they go down, and I've just found, wow, the difference, like it really actually does make a significant difference in the application process, and it worked beautifully and attached like so nice. Like it was very easy to apply, and so I would recommend this curl for people who may want a more dramatic look but also likes that kind of like cat eye look, the very nice like flick at the end. You could also incorporate CC curl or C curl with M curl as well, or even L curl. L curl looks like M curl, however it's less angled, I guess. So there's more of a softer bend to the lash, whereas M curl is very jagged and straight, and L curl kind of has a 45-degree angle rather than like a 90-degree angle. So I did see some lash techs use the mixture of those two, and it gives a very nice effect. I'll probably try it out in the future when I get more used to using M curl. But in terms of M curl, it's a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. However, this client did have some eyelashes that were a little on the curlier side, and due to that, it was actually difficult to place it so that they were all gonna look neat and organized. So I had to play around with my placement and also how I'm holding the lash in my hand and how I'm going to be applying it. You want to make sure that you get that right angle so that the lash and the natural lash kind of adhere like very nicely like this, because if your hand placement is also off, you can get a little bit of a lift like that. When you get a little bit of a lift and there's that little space between the base of the lash and the natural lash, what happens is it's a lot easier for it to pop off and it'll like fly off. And so you want to kind of focus on that. And yeah, so this is a cat eye style, like I said. M curl diameter is 0.15 classics. Honestly, I was trying to look for a thicker diameter, but all I got was 0.15. But I will try to look for more, then I'll link it in the description box below. Lengths are 9 to 13 millimeters, and the duration is 2.2 to 2 hours, and this was only 2 to 2.5 hours. This was just because it was a new lash for me, so I was trying to be very neat with it. I wanted this set to come out looking spotless and clean, especially if your directional placement is even just a little bit off with this curl. You will notice it, because when you look at the eyelashes, they'll start to crisscross, and that's just because they're so straight. And I did my research and watched a bunch of other videos before applying this M curl on the client, and that was something that people were really emphasizing, was that the directional placement is extremely important. So I hope you guys took something away from this. If you guys have questions or anything like that, please leave a comment in the comment section below. All the tools and everything that I'll be using is linked in the description, so please take a look if you guys are curious. And yeah, thank you guys so much for your constant support. I'll probably try and go back to my shorter videos, just more tutorial based. I tried to experiment with my videos, but I think like the best is just the short, sweet, and gets to the point, and sharing my tips and tricks. And I'm also going to try and incorporate other types of videos, maybe vlog styles, lash cart tours, and just updated videos in general. So thank you guys so much. If you're new here, please subscribe. It would mean so much to me. Any type of engagement, like a like or a comment, will help my channel out tremendously. And I appreciate you guys, and I love you guys. I post every Sunday at 6:15, so please stay tuned for that every week, and I'll see you next week. Thank you.